Hello, hello, my beautiful people. Happy New Year's. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Gertie and I am the counselor and transformational coach at Butterfly Project. So today this is actually going to be a New Year's message, but in regards to psychology, our mental health, our overall well-being. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do this sooner, as you know, Christmas time, of course, is quite busy for most people, and also it's my birthday right before New Year's, and New Year's was kind of a big deal too. So yeah, that's why I'm here doing this now. But hopefully you are having a wonderful start to this new year, and taking some time to rest from all the festivities. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video. So most people, especially towards the end of the year and into, January, people are talking about, changing their diet and changing their, exercise routines and what goals they're setting and New Year's resolutions, right? That we all know, or if you don't know by now, don't really work. And there is psychology behind this to prove why it doesn't work. It is because people jump in with both feet or head in first, right? And run out of steam, right? It's kind of that fast and furious, as opposed to the slow and steady wins the race, as we all know, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about today. And this is something that I have done for myself that works really well. It's something that I teach all of my clients to do that really works well, and has, wonderful results. But basically, it's to not make New Year's resolutions, but to spend, especially, let me backtrack a little bit. January in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in the winter months. So as you know, in the winter months, back in the day, and also because we are mammals, right, that we as humans tend to want to hibernate in the winter months, right? Our metabolism slows down, everything slows down. And then what happens is in December, we have all these festivities and we're go, go, go. We're not typically eating, the best. Our diet isn't the greatest. A lot of people really aren't working out. We're going to bed later. We're not sleeping as good. We're really indulging in a lot of, different things and, connecting with people, and we're spending a lot more time with other people, and we're not really connecting with ourselves. And so in January, because it's really the heart of the winter season, this is a time for a lot of hibernation, introspection, right? It doesn't mean that we, stay away from everybody and we don't connect and we don't go to work or anything like that. It just means it is a time for us to slow down a bit more. It's a time for us to rest, to recover from all of the festivities, for us to really kind of recuperate from all of that. It's also the beginning of this new year, and it is a time for us to, kind of think and contemplate and, spend time, setting goals and looking at the year ahead and looking, reflecting on the year before and what was it that worked, what didn't work, what was good, what wasn't good, what do I like, what don't I like, what do I want to keep, what do I want to change, right? And so it's looking back at the past year, what changes do you want to make, looking at the year ahead, what would you like as goals, right? So it's setting these goals. It's thinking about these things. It's resting, recovering, it's maybe connecting with people that you weren't able to connect with, over the busy season, right? A lot of us, spend a lot of time with family. We don't get as much time, with friends, and it's different, right? So it's kind of a month to really prepare, to plan, to, reflect, to go within, to reset, basically, is kind of what I want to call it. It's a reset month. It is not the month to dive in head first, hitting the ground running, just full force. that's not what we need in January. And so this is why people's resolutions don't work. They get burnt out, they run out of steam. And usually by February 1st, it's kind of done. And then people feel like they failed. And then that adds another layer, right? They're disappointed. And then, that makes us unmotivated, to work on the goals that we had set, right? Because we feel like we failed. And so my message to you all is to really, step into this new year with, hope, for the year ahead. The year ahead, it's like a blank slate, a lot of promise. It's a time for us to really, dream, reflect on, what we want. Like I said, rest, recover, recuperate, regenerate, recharge our batteries, take care of things, connect with people, do things that we maybe weren't able to do in the busy holiday season, all of those things, right? And so just a time to really reset things and to really, reflect and contemplate and think about and introspect and on all the goals that we have and the things that we want to achieve. It's also a time, and I harp on all my clients about this, but it is a time for us to really connect to our spirituality as well, to really spend time maybe meditating, while doing all of these things, going within and connecting to your spirit, connecting to your spiritual, self, your spiritual maybe routines or activities, things like that, regardless of what it is that you believe in. There's so many different things that we can do that connect us, to our spirituality, right? And it's not about religion. Spirituality is just, you connecting to your spirit, connecting to, source, whatever that is for you, right? Whether it's God or universe or, higher consciousness, whatever it is. But we want to spend time connecting within, connecting to our source, hence, recharging. We want to kind of, it's not just a reboot, right? It's, a time for us to, recharge, okay, and plan for the year ahead and set those goals and break down those goals into small bite-sized pieces. We don't want to do it all at once, right? We want to make it manageable. We want to be successful at the goals that we're setting. So that means, plan out for the year and then break it down into months, break it down into weeks, break it down into days, what it is that you need to do in each of those to be able to achieve and set your goals. Set some markers maybe along the way. Maybe it's quarterly, maybe it's, checking in monthly or whatever it is for you, depending, and it's also for us to look at each and every area of our life, right? So our health, our finances, our relationships, our career, whatever it is, every area of our life, we're going to have different goals. We're going to have different things that we want, to achieve and to attain. And also, I want you to remember as well your own personal relationship with yourself, your own well-being, not just physical health, but I want you also to set goals for your mental health, and to set goals for, cultivating a relationship with yourself, because this is something that people tend to kind of forget. And also in December, us spending so much time with, family and possibly friends as well, we want to make sure that we are spending time with ourselves again. And this is all of these things are going to help us reset during this month. This also takes the pressure off of, it's a new year, I have to do all these things, I need to fully dive in and hit the ground running and get it going so that I can achieve my goals by the end of the year. What I can say is this time that you take to kind of hibernate, introspect, go within sorry guys, introspect, go within, hibernate, do all these things. When you do this, the beautiful thing is that as you're doing all of these things, you're actually already building up momentum. So instead of running out of steam, you are now slowly right? Recharging, resetting, building up this momentum so that you are able to go the distance of the whole year for all of your goals. And this is where people really don't understand, right? I'm classic for kind of, doing things all at once, kind of jam packing, so many different, chores, activities, errands, things that I want to accomplish in a very short amount of time. Not that that might be the best way to do it, but what I found is if I take a couple days or a few days beforehand to really rest, recharge, right? Do all of these things that make me feel good, that really nurture my soul, nurture my mind, nurture my body, right? Nurture my spirit. I do all of these things. And then I have all this energy to be able to just do what I need to do. And then afterwards, I take some time to rest and recharge and do it all over again, right? And this has really worked well for me, and I've accomplished many goals and I've done many things. And not that I'm saying that you need to do this, but it's that idea of you're taking this time to kind of complete, the past year, right? And to contemplate and to set goals and to plan for the new year ahead. It's kind of like, the in between, right, of the 2 years. Like, we have no in between. We just go from one year, we went from 2024, and then 1 minute later, we're in 2025. And people are like, oh, New Year's resolutions, I need to be able to do this now. Well, that doesn't work, right? We've all seen it. We've all experienced it. We all know this. Psychology, has proven it does not work. What works is for us to be able to take this time to plan, to recharge, to reset, to set those goals, to start gaining the momentum, right? To have this pause, this in between, this transition period. So think of January as this transition month into the new year, out of the old year, or out of the old year and into the new year, okay? This is the transition month, all right? So think of it that way. And I promise that if you do it this way, it takes the pressure off of you as well to have to do all of these things right away. And, that pressure is one of the biggest things that sets us up for failure. Okay. So if we're really gentle, this is a more gentle approach. If you're really gentle with yourself and you ease into the new year, so let's ease into 2025, you'll have much better long-term results. As opposed to the fast and furious, it is a slow and steady wins the race, as we all know. That is, the best approach, right? So January is a time of reset. It's a time of planning. It's a time of, reflecting, recharging, contemplating, right? Setting goals. It's the in-between. It's the transition period from last year to the new year. And doing this, like I said, I can promise you, I can assure you that you will have a better chance at achieving your goals than you do if you have these New Year's resolutions and just jump into things, okay? And then when you do set your goals, words really have power. So shifting and changing the terminology from New Year's resolutions, because there's kind of a negative connotation with that, to be able to, say setting goals or, planning things for this year that I want to achieve. Those kinds of things are so much better than us saying New Year's resolutions, because those never really work. And then one final little tidbit that I wanted to say, and you've probably seen the memes going around with the jar. This is something, that is really interesting, and something that would be really nice to do if you're interested in it. And it's a really positive thing, and I think it just helps us to really stay focused on what we do have, what's working, what we're grateful for, all of our experiences, because humans are forgetful naturally. Like, we just forget things, and humans tend to gravitate towards what's negative and forget about what's positive. So you can have, like, out of 100 things, you can have 99 positive things that happen, and that one negative thing, that one bad thing, we tend to just focus on that one thing. And so this kind of helps us to stay accountable, to stay on track with knowing, to have gratitude for all the things that we do have, and to really appreciate the really wonderful and good moments. When you write things down, it also solidifies things more into your memory. When you read things, when you actually physically do anything, this is, how we learn, or how we, put things into our memory a lot more. And so if you take a jar, and every week on a small piece of paper, you just write down something really good that happened, or a really great memory, or something, just something really good that you want to remember. And you fold up the piece of paper and you put it in the jar, and you do this for the whole 52 weeks, so you still have time to, kind of start it. And you do it for the whole 52 weeks, and then you empty out the jar on New Year's Eve of this year, and you go through all of it. And it's a really great way for us to just be thankful and have gratitude, and reminisce, and have all these kind of good memories flooding back. Like, you'll forget things that happened this month or next, or even over the summer or something, and then you read those out, and you can share it with family and friends if you want. But when you read that, it just gives you such a great feeling. I've done something kind of similar a few years ago, and it's really wonderful. So I'm going to do this. Hopefully you're going to join me and jump on board with this. Comment down below if you do join, and comment down below as well. Happy New Year. If you've lasted this long in the video, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for all the support, all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, all the, the views. And if you're new to my channel, I would absolutely love to have you here as part of this ever-growing butterfly community. So subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified of new videos as I post them. And what else did I want to say? I think that was it. So I hope that you are having a wonderful start to the new year, even if it is just resting and recovering from all of the festivities. Also, don't forget, this is a month that people tend to really, get sick a lot. It's just how it is, especially after us not really taking the best care of our health. In December, it's also, the time of year that there's, a lot of colds and stuff like that. So again, another reason for us to have this in-between month before we kind of, step into full-blown force for the rest of the year. All right, my loves. So hopefully you are doing well, and like I said, having a good start to the new year. And as always, I wish you all peace, love, and light. Until next time, and Happy New Year again. Bye-bye.